Japanese soldiers in biochemical suits pull a large iron cage. Inside the cage was a large monster that the Japanese army had researched through live experiments. The monster's skin is emitting a highly poisonous bun that looks like a snowflake. As the cage slowly passed through the corridors of the dungeon, the buns gradually spread in the air to all corners of the dungeon. The inmates were so surprised that they reached out their hands to touch them. The carbonized buns melted when they were exposed to body heat. Within moments, the carbon-based virus caused the skin of those it touched to rot. The wounds grew larger and larger, as if burned by charcoal. Heart-wrenching cries and cries for help are heard throughout the dungeon. The virus was just a protective mechanism triggered by the monster's sleep, and Ozaido watched with excitement as he created his own hell on Earth. Soon everyone infected with the carbon fungus virus festered and died. Only a very few who hadn't come into contact with the packets were spared. The Japanese army prepared to move the monster to a cage deeper underground. But because the iron cage transporting the monster was too big, it got stuck when entering the elevator. When one of the demons moved the cage, he accidentally closed the nitrogen valve. The nitrogen in the cage used to catalyze the monster's sleep instantly dissipated. The ghost didn't notice it at all. As the elevator gradually descended, Oza Eggman took off his mask and walked to the top of the dungeon. He wanted to see the full view of the monster from the upper level. The ghost in the elevator heard a slight whirring sound in the iron cage. Looking back, he realizes that the surrounding pack seems to have disappeared. The captain realized something was wrong and immediately checked the nitrogen valve door. But it was already too late. The long tentacle was as fast as lightning and struck the ghost's heart. Then many tentacles came out of the cage. In such a small space, the monster was able to make a killing. One of the ghosts managed to escape from the elevator. The monster had also escaped from the cage. The ghosts on the upper floors had no idea what was going on down there. They could only use their flashlights to look for the monster below, and the captain and the other soldier in the elevator were still alive. In order to stay alive, the captain pointed his gun at the soldier and ordered him to close the elevator door. The deformed elevator door will make a sound when it moves a little. Once the monster's attracted, he will die for sure. But the captain behind him continued to force him to close the door with his gun. The soldier had no choice but to follow the left side of the door. The monster's tentacles quickly attacked and curled around his legs. He grabbed the elevator door and begged the captain to save his life.